Clerk, roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusty. Councilman Questa. Councilman Jacobs. Councilman Grover. Councilman Keenan. Councilman Sedan. Councilman Bowman. Councilman Mazza. President Gonzalez.
Here. Please stand for the prayer and pledge of allegiance led by Councilman Keenan.
Almighty God, as we legislate for our community, may a strong sense of justice and fair play permeate all we do. Above all, may we seek out the holy will. Give us the strength to follow it, regardless of all human considerations. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This is a regular meeting of the City Council as incorporated in the annual meetings notice of 2012, which was filed in the City Clerk's office and posted on the bulletin board on December 27, 2011, and sent to the Star Ledger and Home News Tribune in compliance with the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Law of New Jersey. I will now open the public speaking portion of the meeting. Is there anyone, any resident taxpayer that would like to address City Council may do so at this time. Once again, if there is any resident or taxpayer that would like to address City Council may do so at this time. Seeing none, I close the public speaking portion of the meeting. We will now move on to ordinances on first reading.
Ordinance number 4304. Amend chapter 10.16.10 of the City Code of the City of Elizabeth to establish a 4-ton weight limit for motor vehicles, except for pickup and delivery on Bridgewood Avenue from Garden Street to South Elmore Avenue.
You've heard the reading of ordinance number 4304. What is your pleasure?
Move the ordinance for a vote, Mr. President.
Moved and seconded. Are there any comments? Roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusty. Councilman Questa. Councilman Jacobs. Councilman Keenan. Councilman Sedan. Councilman Mazza. President Gonzalez.
Aye. Public hearing and further consideration of the foregoing ordinances shall take place at the City Council meeting to be held Tuesday, May the 8th, 2012 at 7:30 p.m.
Ordinance number 4305, authorize a capital ordinance in the amount of $300,000 for improvements to City Hall.
You've heard the reading of ordinance number 4305. What is your pleasure?
Move the ordinance for a vote, Mr. President.
Moved and seconded. Are there any comments? Seeing none, roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusty. Councilman Questa. Councilman Jacobs. Councilman Keenan. Councilman Sedan. Councilman Mazza. President Gonzalez.
Aye.
Ordinance number 4306, authorize a bond ordinance in the amount of $2,500,000 with a down payment of $125,000 for the purchase of various capital equipment for the fire department.
You've heard the reading of ordinance number 4306. What is your pleasure?
Move the ordinance for a vote, Mr. President.
Moved and seconded. Are there any comments? Seeing none, roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusty. Councilman Questa. Councilman Jacobs. Councilman Keenan. Councilman Sedan. Councilman Mazza. President Gonzalez.
Aye. Public hearing and further consideration of the foregoing ordinances shall take place at the City Council meeting to be held Tuesday, May the 22nd, 2012 at 2 p.m. We will now move on to ordinances on final passage. We'll move on to new business.
Authorize an amendment to the fiscal year 2012 capital budget in the amount of $2,800,000. Authorize an amendment to the fiscal year 2012 budget to insert as an item of revenue a municipal alliance grant awarded by the Governor's Council on Alcoholism and Drug Use in the amount of $82,881.
You've heard the reading of the resolution. What is your pleasure?
Move the resolution for a vote, Mr. President.
Moved and seconded. Are there any comments? Seeing none, roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusty. Councilman Questa. Councilman Jacobs. Councilman Keenan. Councilman Sedan. Councilman Mazza. President Gonzalez.
Aye.
Authorize an amendment to the fiscal year 2012 budget to insert as an item of revenue New Jersey Department of Health and Senior Services STD grant in the amount of $45,337. Authorize the proper city officials to submit a request to the Director Division of Local Finance to make corrections in the city's 2012 fiscal year municipal budget to account for change of title or text of appropriation approved subsequent to the adopted budget. Authorize a resolution confirming the details of the sale of general obligation bonds in the aggregate principal amount of $6,854,050 of the City of Elizabeth to the New Jersey Environmental Infrastructure Trust and the State of New Jersey pursuant to the state fiscal year 2012 New Jersey Environmental Infrastructure Trust financing program for funding the city's Midtown area storm and sanitary sewer project.
I'd like to recognize Councilman Rhoda.
Authorize proper city officials to execute a renewal agreement with MetLife Resources, Woodbridge, New Jersey, to make available to city employees a deferred compensation plan, voluntary employee benefits program, and Scholar's Choice 529 savings plan for the period May 25, 2012 to May 24, 2015 at no direct cost to the city. Authorize the award of a contract to Turnout Fire and Safety Inc., Jersey City, New Jersey, for the purchase of protective clothing and equipment for the fire and police departments and the Ambulance Service Bureau for the period April 1, 2012 to March 31, 2014 at a cost not to exceed $350,000.
You've heard the reading of the resolutions. What is your pleasure?
Move the resolution for a vote, Mr. President.
Moved and seconded. Are there any comments? Seeing none, roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusty. Aye. Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Jacobs. Councilman Rowland.
Aye.
Councilman Keenan.
Aye.
Councilman Sedan.
Aye.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Gonzalez.
Aye.
Authorize the award of a contract to Cleveland Auto and Tire Company Elizabeth for the purchase of tires and tubes for vehicles for the Departments of Public Works, Police, and Fire for the period April 9, 2012 to May 8, 2012 at a cost not to exceed $25,000. Authorize the award of a contract to Martorano Recreation Company, Spring Lake, New Jersey for the purchase of playground and park equipment for the Recreation Department for the period April 1, 2012 through May 31, 2012 at a cost not to exceed $10,000. Authorize the award of a contract to Professional Account Management, LLC, a subsidiary of Duncan Solutions, Inc., Milwaukee, Wisconsin, for the furnishing of private collection of municipal court debt for a period of 2 years from the date of approval by the Administrative Office of the Courts, with an option to renew for 3 one-year periods under the same terms and conditions of this contract at no cost to the city. Authorize the planning board to conduct a study to determine if the area in need and around 720 North Avenue East is an area in need of redevelopment, and if so, to complete a redevelopment plan. Authorize the proper city officials to execute all appropriate documents for a United States Department of Homeland Security fiscal year 2011 Assistance to Firefighters Fire Prevention and Safety Program grant in an amount not to exceed $400,000 for the purchase of code enforcement and educational materials to assist in the implementation of juvenile fire prevention and safety programs. Authorize the tax collector to credit senior citizen disability and/or veteran tax deductions for the tax year 2012 pursuant to a delineated list submitted April 16, 2012 in the total amount of $3,000. Authorize the proper city officials to execute all necessary documents to discharge a deferred payment loan covering second mortgage held by the city on the property located at 169, 173 Reed Street.
You've heard the reading of the resolution. What is your pleasure?
Move the resolution for a vote, Mr. President.
Moved and seconded. Are there any comments? Seeing none, roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusty. Aye. Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Jacobs. Councilman Rowland.
Aye.
Councilman Keenan.
Aye.
Councilman Sedan.
Aye.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Gonzalez.
Aye.
deferred payment loan program, second mortgage held by the city on the property located at 917, 919 Elizabeth Avenue. Authorize the establishment of a pickup drop-off area along the Elizabeth Port Presbyterian Center located at 100-104 Magnolia Avenue, Monday through Friday, between the hours of 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Permit Morale Mexican Bistro, Julian Place, and Las Palmas Restaurant and Lounge to celebrate Cinco de Mayo with live entertainment to be held on Julian Place between Morris Avenue and Union Avenue on Saturday, May 5th, 2012, between the hours of 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. Pay utility bills, approve bingo and raffle licenses.
You've heard the reading of the resolution. What is your pleasure?
Move the resolution for a vote, Mr. President.
Moved and seconded. Are there any comments?
Yes, Mr. President.
Councilman Questa.
Mr. President, regarding the permit for Orale in celebration of Cinco de Mayo, I just want to make sure I am totally in favor of it. I obviously think it's a great thing to celebrate culture, but I want to make sure that adopting this resolution conforms with the restrictions that we discussed previously at the ABC board meeting. Provided that those restrictions still apply, I will be more than happy to support this resolution.
Are there any other comments?
Mr. President?
Councilman Keenan.
Yeah, I think that one thing that was not fully explicated at the ABC meeting was that the extended permit for the use of their license extends only to their property, which means that the state will approve an extended permit which allows them to serve beer, wine, other hard liquors only on their property. But where our area of control comes in is on the street.
That's correct.
It's beyond the property. So what I'm saying is that they'll be applying for a petition for extended premises use that will be approved and that will allow them to serve alcohol on their property. But that I'm agreeing with Councilman Questa that the approval of this, in my view, should only be in conformance to what we said at the prior ABC meeting, but also in conformity with what we've done at other street closings and festivals. So with regard to the beer, it would be, my understanding is beer only. Or is it beer and wine? I'm not sure.
It was beer and wine.
Beer and wine. Number one, beer and wine. And number two, that the hour would conform with other festivals that we've had in the past. Now, my understanding, is that 8 o'clock or is that 9 o'clock? Have we verified that the other festivals close at 9
I'll
o'clock?
have the city clerk respond. She looked into it.
Okay.
Well, previous events were held up until 8 o'clock, where music stopped at 7, and the event was over at 8. And another event, same thing, the event was over at 8.
So this actually indicates 9, so that what I'm hearing Councilman Questa suggesting is that to be in conformance, that it would stop at 8 o'clock. Is that correct? Or am I wrong?
Yes.
Okay.
To be consistent.
Correct. So to be consistent, it would be beer and wine closing at 8.
I'm sorry, Mr. President, I believe that was the consensus last week's city council meeting, that whatever hours we had approved for other festivals, we would also approve for this one.
That is correct.
Right. Now my only comment is it says 9 o'clock here, and I just wanted to make sure that we're actually voting on 8 o'clock to be, which is in conformance with the other closings.
City clerk is pointing out that the event is also starting out later, where the other events that we approved started out earlier. So I don't know if you want to take that into consideration.
Personally, I can be flexible. I hadn't noticed that. Thank you, City Clerk's office for pointing that out. I hadn't noticed that, and that may make a difference. My main concern was the comments that I made prior about the alcohol sale. That was my main issue. And of course, the time also, but the main concern was what I had expressed before. With this, I can be flexible. I'm not sure how the rest of my colleagues feel.
We can do one of two things. We can either move forward and approve it the way that it is presently in the resolution, or someone can make a friendly amendment to change the time to 8 o'clock. What is the pleasure?
I think we keep moving.
Yes, it's fine. Councilman Sedan.
Mr. President, I just wanted to highlight, and I appreciate Councilman Keenan just breaking down the difference the way he did before. It's just on the map that they had submitted, they do have the beer and margarita stands on the actual street. So we just have to make sure that that's communicated, that, you know, with the extension that they might have, it would still have to be on their property, the parking lot.
Well, the beer they can keep on the street, is my understanding, right?
Okay,
That's correct.
the market.
In the ABC meeting, we did say okay on the street with beer and wine and no hard liquor.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Mr. President?
Yes, Councilman.
I did not know that they actually are starting later. So since they're starting later, it makes sense that we bring, again, with Councilman Cuesta, that it makes sense to let it go tonight as it's written in the agenda.
I agree. I think we should allow them since they are starting later. What's another hour? Again, since they're starting later. So that seems to be the consensus, and we'll just move forward and take a vote.
Yes.
Okay, roll call.
Councilwoman Perkins Dusty. Aye. Councilman Questa.
Aye.
Councilman Jacobs. Aye. Councilman Grover.
I have to abstain on the Presbyterian Center. Sit on the board. I agree with this.
Councilman Keenan.
Aye.
Councilman Sedan.
Aye.
Councilman Mazza.
Aye.
President Gonzalez.
Aye. Commendations. We have Ernestine Smith, who's been appointed to the New Jersey Multiple Sclerosis Task Force, and the retirement of Pastor Robert C. Morris. Are there any other recommendations? Commendations? Okay, we'll move on to memorials. Mr. Paolo Coletti, who recently passed and is a follower of one of our city inspectors, Anthony Coletti, and Miss Ada M. Gross. Are there any other memorials?
I have one, Mr. President.
Yes, Councilman Grover.
Just actually, before she came from the hospital. Bad news is that we're going to need a memorial for Ermelinda, who is Nina Suarez. She's a long-time resident of Elizabeth, lived down in my ward. She just passed away today. Our little information to the clerk.
Are there any other memorials? Please stand for a moment of silence. Motion to adjourn. So moved. We adjourn.